What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Manbitesfilm, episode 110.
110 bitches!
Okay.
There you go.
Why can't I see you? What's going on here?
Why can you see me?
Yeah, we can see William. Well, the listeners, of course, can't see him, but he turned on his camera right now, and it just threw me off really. Okay, there we go. He's bye.
It was a lovely face mask, though.
It was. As always, I'm your host, Branden. Joining me is that person that you did not just see with the lovely face mask, William Phoenix.
Hello, everybody.
Lewis with the crispy mic.
That's right, boys and girls.
And our special guest, which is joining us for the entire episode, Zach.
I'm so special.
Yes, you are.
So now do we have to rebrand ourselves as the four idiots with a mic?
No,
No,
it's
it's
for the mic plus guest.
exactly. I'm not.
Whatever else.
Those
they
Twitchers?
all had to go through that at some point.
Yes.
So just because it may be a small milestone doesn't mean that it's like, oh, well, it doesn't really matter. It matters because now you're working towards the next. And eventually, who knows? Maybe you'll get up there and, you'll dethrone people.
I hope. But yeah, that's basically the most exciting / scary thing that has happened to me in the past week.
Today was my last, the day that we're recording this, today was my last day at the job that I was working at before.
Yeah, I was like, don't say the company name. Don't do that.
And oh my God, I laid it out thick. I sent an email to HR. I put a little fuckity bye email to the whole team. Literally, fuckity bye from in the loop.
Literally, you said that?
Yeah. And
Jesus, man. Burn your bridges, why don't you, you savage?
This place I have no intention of returning ever again. So I laid it out thick, and I got so many messages afterwards. People like, oh my God, thank God somebody said something. Because I literally put in our group chat on Teams, on Microsoft Teams, I literally threw a bomb in there. I was like, this is what happens when you have a bad manager. And it was like a meme of all the different things that we've gone through in the last 6 months.
Damn.
And then I put the fuckity bye, and I put the Doctor Strangelove meme where it says, sometimes the truth hurts. So put that.
So you're never going back to that company.
Seriously.
Not a chance.
He burned his bridges real bad. Anything else you boys want to bring up before we dive into this episode?
Very quickly, congratulations to my girlfriend that although even like about a year ago really had zero interest in watching pretty much any of the movies in the past. It took us a little over a week, but we went through the entire MCU movies from Iron Man all the way to Spider-Man Far From Home. So
on average, how many movies were you watching a day?
We started with one, and then we were able to do the double headers.
Nice.
And then, like, on a weekend, I think we hit 3 in one day, where I think we went, we did Guardians, we did Guardians, and then whatever 2 follow that. And that really got us going.
I want to say that's Ultron and Ant-Man.
Yeah, actually, I believe you're right.
Yeah, that is. Yeah, you're right.
Because Ant-Man was the evening movie for that night. So so like we hit a triple header one day. We were mostly doing double headers. And then we did like 2.5 to finish it up because we did Captain Marvel, went right into Endgame, and then we did 3/4 of Spider-Man, and then it was like almost 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
I can't stay up. I'm like, that's okay because there's only the big fight left. We'll do it in the morning. So, but yes, the fact that she took the time and she's like, you know what, I want to divulge and dive in and hear and learn about all this stuff that you're always talking about because that's what people do when they're together. So,
well, was she into it? Did she like it?
Yeah, exactly. Was she into it?
Yeah, she really was. Like, she got upset one day because it was at the end of Infinity War, and she's like, "Damn!" She's like, "I really wish this was like a Friday or Saturday because I would definitely keep pushing through because I want to get to Endgame and see how it ends." Mm-hmm. And I was like, "That's what."
Imagine us waiting a full year.
Yes.
Like, how invested she was in it. And like throughout this time, there were times where I wanted to post certain memes that were very much MCU related, but not You know what I mean? Because like just answering friends and whatnot. I'm like, no, I can't do that because if she sees it, it's going to give it away. So I went back and did the whole no spoilers for like a week and a half.
Yo, so did she not know about the end of Infinity War?
She didn't know like how it ends.
Shit,
Ooh.
I already forgot what happened.
Yeah, well, we're not surprised. Sit down. Like, so she didn't know. Like, she had no clue. Like,
That's awesome.
because she's the kind of person that I could tell her now what happens, and then like 6 months from now, she'll be like, I forgot. So it's all good.
Okay.
I gotta say, on the topic of like real hardcore endings and stuff like that, I went to a drive-in this weekend and saw Empire Strikes Back.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
is
number
it?
one at the box office, Empire Strikes Back.
Nice.
You
You know, that is the one movie that I totally wish I could have been in a theater in
yes,
1980.
it was a
experiencing that.
completely different. I've liked the movie. I am a fan, but I never really like got it until I saw it on a screen in a theater, and I was like, oh wow, like it gave me chills. It was so I really
hell
dig
yeah.
it. I understand why this was such a touchstone, a cultural phenomenon.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
All right. On that note,
Another
Let's get into-
cultural icon.
yeah. Welcome to our first segment, Spiel Binge. This is where Zach brings us one Steven Spielberg movie every week until we finish his discography sometime in filmography, sorry, not discography because I'm an idiot. In 2055, whenever the hell that is, because God, it feels like we're never going to end this. It really feels like it's never going to end. So, Zach, what is the movie you're bringing for us today?
Schindler's List.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Boy.
And we're starting on a happy note.
Guys, this movie knocked me through a loop. I know it knocks everybody through a loop when they see it, but my God, there's
a reason that this is considered what it is, and why it's shown constantly as in memorials. And this is actually where he got his teaching degree from, because when he actually went to school to actually get a full-on film degree to be able to teach and everything, you had to do a final project. And instead of the final project doing a short film, he said, can I just turn in Schindler's List? And that's what he did. He turned in Schindler's List.
Savage.
It is an incredible piece of work. It really knocked me out.
This was your first time watching it, right?
It was my first time watching it. I am ashamed to say I have been avoiding it for so long just because I know that it is so impactful and so heavy and so long. So it's a sprawling epic of a movie. But I'm glad that this project, this undertaking, has gotten me to get around to watch this. Especially considering what we were talking about earlier, like this should be required viewing for everybody. Like this, it's horrifying. We need to be reminded of the horrors of this, the power of the magnitude of what we are capable of a society, both the evil and the good. It really impacted me, guys. I can't. Yeah.
This film is one of those films that I put, like, you know how we have certain tests to see if a person actually has emotions. If you do not cry during this film, you are heartless. There's no way.
Yeah, no.
I've only ever seen this movie once.
That's all you need to see.
Yeah.
I don't think I'll ever watch it again. Maybe later on in my life. I first watched it in high school, so it's been at least like 10 years since I've seen it.
It's stunning.
Yeah.
Like not just emotionally and how hard it resonates, but it's also just like a beautiful looking movie. Black and white cinematography, obviously, for those of you who don't know.
Beautifully done.
And it's 3.5 hours of just sprawling, intense storytelling.
The little girl, right, with the red.
With the red coat.
Yeah, the red coat. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Only splash of color in the movie is that and a candle.
Yep.
It's just everyone needs to see this movie. We can't. This.
There's some it's such a hard movie to watch. It's a good movie. Like you should definitely go and watch it. It's very the subject material is really rough.
I have never wanted to watch I have never wanted vindictively for a movie character to die more than I did Ralph Fiennes.
Oh yeah,
Ralph Fiennes is horrifying in this movie.
Oh yeah,
is he the one that tells a guy that he's gonna snipe him or something?
Yes.
Run? That's him. Okay,
he's this sociopathic. I mean, that's of course Nazi officer. It's kind of goes with the job. But
he was Voldemort before he was Voldemort.
Yeah, though I see why he was chosen for that.
He's so young though. He's almost unrecognizable though. Like Schindler, you know who it is from the moment you see him, and it's like, okay, I know.
Liam Neeson's.
And then I'm blanking on his name. His male
Ben Kingsley.
Ben Kingsley. Like the moment I saw him, I'm like it took me a little bit to go, where the hell is Ralph Fiennes in this movie? Mm-hmm. And he'd already been on screen.
Yep.
And then I had to look it up, and I'm like, oh shit, he's just really young looking. All right, that's cool.
He was 32 when the movie came out,
and
he's young, very young.
This is one of those movies that I saw it in high school, and then I actually saw it afterwards when they released it on Blu-ray. That I was like, I gotta watch this in high def and with the surround sound and everything. And this is one of those movies that benefits from being in a theater environment.
I'm sure.
It makes it that much more impactful the way that you listen to this and watch this movie. And let me tell you, it is heart-wrenching.
It is a harrowing movie.
How many Oscars did this movie win?
It was up for the most that year. I think it won 6. It did win picture.
Yeah.
And director.
Okay.
This was actually the reason Kubrick actually responded back to Spielberg. Because Kubrick and Spielberg became friends after this movie released. And that's why AI was actually directed by Spielberg. Because Kubrick actually allowed him to and said, we could do it.
I also love the other story of bonding over this movie was that since it's just 2 after Hook, Robin Williams would call him on set and tell him jokes on the darkest days of shooting to kind of cheer him up so that he could keep pushing through it.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's crazy.
It actually won 7 out of the 12 that he was nominated for.
Jesus.
Yeah. Best Picture, Original Music Score.
Oh my God, the score.
John Williams.
Oh my God.
Director, cinematography.
Yep.
Adapted screenplay, film editing, and production design.
Oh, God. Okay, the film editing. There's this one sequence of, there's a subplot about Ralph Fiennes having an abusive relationship with the woman that he's captured and forced to be his maid. And there's a scene of him attacking her, intercut with a traditional Jewish wedding, intercut with Schindler at a Nazi party. And the juxtaposition of all of these images of someone getting hit, turning into someone applauding, turning into someone laughing, turning into someone crying. It is
fucking incredible.
It was ingenious.
And that was Michael Kahn.
Goddamn.
It's Spielberg's regular editor pretty much all the way until, I think, recently, honestly. He did all the classics from, I think, after Raiders, all the way up to now, if I'm not mistaken. He was an editor for all these films. So.
Is he doing West Side Story?
I don't know. I don't know if he's still alive. The man was old.
I'll tell you right now, if he's alive, he is. He is 89.
Yeah.
Oh, God bless.
Yep.
It was nominated, but did not win for Best Actor, Liam Neeson, Supporting Actor, Ralph Fiennes, Best Sound Mixing, Costume Design, Makeup, and Hairstyling.
Oh, they actually shot this movie in Krakow, in Poland?
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm surprised Kingsley wasn't nominated.
Yeah, Ben Kingsley is phenomenal in this.
Dude, everybody was. And
this movie is a brilliant work of art. Really and again, I cannot stress such an important lesson, we can never forget this. We can never this is required viewing.
This is one of those things. It's like the things in history that we need to recognize: the raping of Nanking, the atomic bombs being dropped, the concentration camps, and the Holocaust. These are all things that need to be recorded in history.
Yes.
These are atrocities that mankind has done throughout the Crusades. I mean, Jesus.
And to see, just again, like we were talking about earlier, the revival of anti-Semitism, even in this country that fought against the Nazis in World War II, it's heartbreaking. It's just like, no, we're not going back. Watch this, learn this.
Yeah.
I literally found a review of this movie, another shitty review like last week that I found for Jurassic Park. This person gave it a 1 star.
Who the hell?
I have no idea how people are able to like this pretentious, boring, uninspired, gimmicky,
go to hell.
irritating waste of time that is called a movie. That is literally the first sentence. And I will
Why are we wasting time with Nick Cannon again?
Honestly, it's been a long time. Maybe I should rewatch this. This is on Netflix.
It's on Netflix. It's on Netflix, yeah.
This is a 10 out of 10.
Oh, God, yes.
For some reason, somehow my girlfriend's never seen it. And then she walked into the room as I was watching it, didn't say anything, and then right towards the end, she walks in the room again and realizes what movie it is, and she's like, "Oh, I haven't seen it. I thought you were gonna wait for me." And I'm like, "You walked in 2 hours ago. You couldn't have stopped me then." I guess I'm watching it again, and I'll say watch with her again, but
you are a scholar and a gentleman sitting there after 3 hours and 17 minutes. Not only that, the subject matter is just draining, and you're going to watch it again?
It's only 10 minutes longer than Endgame. It's not like it's a movie, you know what I mean? I've sat through, like, Titanic at least 4 times. And
yeah, but you're watching a movie about the Holocaust. Like,
the Holocaust has been something that's always been with me since I was, like, 5 years old, because I lived in Germany, and we went, like, my mom was like, "We're going to go on an excursion tomorrow," and the next thing I know, I'm a Dachau, and I'm like, "Oh, we got some great family excursions in this family." Jesus, some people have a family excursion. They're going to Mallorca for the weekend, sitting on the beach or on a boat. My parents are like, "We're going to go find out about 6 million people that were murdered." I'm like, "Can I have ice cream after this?" So, I mean, like, it's...
You will never look at ice cream the same again.
Right? So, I mean, like, it is a long movie, but it is so good. And having just watched it, I think may work to my advantage, because I'll be able to pay more attention to, like, the editing, like you guys were describing, where, like, I didn't catch it as I was watching it because I was so, like...
Dude, the camera movement.
Looking at it, but now that I'm, like, I can watch it almost, like, from the outside looking in.
If you notice the camera movement actually flows with the motion that's on screen. It is something to fucking behold. The camera movement, every single angle, camera movement, everything, it's literally like textbook filmmaking at its best.
The placement of characters in the frame to signify power dynamics of the scene, just so much. He pulled out all the stops to really just hit your heart with this. Yeah. And it absolutely worked.
This is really modern Citizen Kane. This is a modern Citizen Kane it has all those marks of it.
Really random. Has Spielberg ever flat out said what it was his favorite movie he ever did?
I have not read that. I don't know if he has.
Wait, which one?
E.T.
E.T.?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
At least that was back in like 03, 04. When you know they had that, I don't know if you guys remember this. They had this TV show called The Director's Chair.
Yeah, I remember that. Of course. Yeah.
So that he actually said it on that, but that was 03. So I don't know if since then it's changed.
Right now it's War Horse.
Oh god.
But yeah, I think do we all unanimously give this movie 10 out of 10?
Oh yes. Again, it's not the same 10 out of 10 that we gave Jurassic Park. It's not a fun ride, but it is an important genius piece of art.
Yeah, it really is. William, do you give it a 10 out of 10?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
this is one of those that I put up there, and this is high esteem, and you know this, boys. I put it up there with 2001, like the quality of filmmaking.
Yes.
Wow, I did not know. Is this in your top 50? I'm assuming.
It's my top 15, yeah.
15? Wow. Okay. Wow. Okay. So yeah, it's really tough subject matter, but I think it's something that needs to be watched, and it's thankfully available because I think everybody has Netflix at this point. So
yeah, this is definitely a must watch.
Yeah. So Zach, what is next week's movie?
The Lost World: Jurassic Park 2.
Ooh.
So, no more drama tonight. It's comedy tonight time.
Oh,
let's shift our gears.
Yeah.
All right, stay tuned after this quick break when we come at you live with the main segment of our show, the main review. I always forget the name of this movie. A funny thing happened on the way to the forum. It's way
the forum.
The forum. Spielbinge.
Welcome to an exploration of sight and mind, a travel through the world of films and the artists that bring you these masterpieces. Do you love films, directors, actors, cinematographers, editors, composers, or any of the hundreds of artists that bring you these feats of art? I am Luislacau, your host into the world of films, your guide to Man Bites Retro.
All right, guys, welcome back for the main segment of our show, live, the main review, the forum. I'm just going to call it the forum because that's what theater kids call it, right?
Yeah, forum.
Yeah. You're welcome.
Stop! All right, turn it off.
I fucking love this movie. Oh my god.
This is not. Is this your first time watching this movie or no?
Me?
Yeah, you.
No. Naomi introduced this to me maybe about a month and a half ago, 2 months ago, and the first 30 minutes of this are really hard to get through, but then once you get past it, you just fucking enjoy it.
Wait, you didn't see this movie up until just a few weeks ago?
I'd never seen this movie before.
Oh my god, I've seen this movie like ages ago.
This is my first time watching this movie, by the way.
Can we just take like a collective moment that like I've seen something way before Lewis has?
The thing is
something that he enjoys too.
Nothing against like theater
and a musical.
Theater people. I had never even heard of this movie until Lewis
really
gave us gave his two options to the listeners.
Well, I am one of the theater.
I know.
And I am a huge nerd for Stephen Sondheim.
You're breaking his heart.
No, I'm a huge nerd for Sondheim, so this is I am a fan. But also,
now, I had never heard of the other movie though. The Russians are coming.
Oh my god!
Oh, yeah.
So good.
You have to watch that.
So good.
So
I have a very personal connection to this movie.
Okay.
My father is a Latin teacher, in addition to a musical theater nerd.
Oh wow!
So he shows this to his students every year, and so I remember being maybe 10 or 12, and him being like, "All right, you're old enough. You would find this funny. You will like this," and showing it to me, and me being like, "Yep, yeah."
So, coming from somebody that, again, had never heard of this movie, this is the first time I've watched it. I actually enjoyed this movie. It's funny. It's really funny. How I would describe this movie to people is like it's Monty Python, but not as dry.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's how I would describe it.
I call it Jewish humor, but sure.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to say, it reminded me a lot, maybe not as slapstick comedy, but it reminded me a lot of the Mel Brooks movies, like His Wonderful World, and like that kind of like comedy to it.
It's just really dumb, like just...
turn your brain off and have fun.
Yeah, it's really dumb comedy. It's something that like slapstick you could show to anybody, and it.
I mean, you have one of the classic actors of slapstick comedy, Buster fucking Keaton.
Buster Keaton, yes.
I mean, come on. Oh my god, that's the guy that is trying to look for his son and daughter.
Yeah, his kids.
Yeah.
Oh,
now, is this his final role?
Buster Keaton.
He died. He died actually in 1966, which I think
this is his final film role.
Yeah, that's the same year that this movie came out. Yeah, he was 70.
Dude, like that was just like the epitome of everything. Obviously it was stunt casting for that role because obviously it's Buster fucking Keaton, but oh my god, there's so many good actors in this that
Zero Mostel.
Yes, Zero Motel, like dude,
Mostel, not Motel.
Sorry,
Mostel.
He holds the movie up, honestly. Like his facial expressions. There's this little weird facial expression where he kind of does that meme that's been going around for like the last freaking 10 years. You know, the kind of weird face meme.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
You know, I'm sending a clip of it, but he does like this weird thing with his mouth that he kind of goes up and his eyes pop out. Like, dude, that kind of little facial humor is something so subtle, yet it's done so well in this. And I love this movie. And second time watching it, you enjoy it that much more because, first of all, the songs get stuck in your head even more than they already did.
Sondheim is a genius. I love it so hard.
It's
everybody needs a maid.
It's just, oh my God. I love how stupid the movie is. Like, you know how when he sends like Hero to get the sweat of the mare, and then like there's like a scene where he goes into a fucking sauna, and there's a horse literally sitting in the sauna, and I'm just like, what is this movie, dude? What is this shit?
It's so silly. It's so
really silly.
So as I said, I'm a Sondheim nerd. I have his books that he wrote, chronicling and annotating all the lyrics that he ever wrote for every song that he ever wrote.
Oh my god!
In the chapter about Forum, finishing the hat, it's the best book I own. But he talks about how the like central conceit was to do low humor, very like base, silly bawdy humor, but presented as if it's this high-minded thing. And that was like a new angle for farce and musical comedy. And that really comes across.
They accomplished that perfectly in this. And it's done in a way that it is entertaining, even for people that don't enjoy musicals like myself. This is a movie that, if it was done nowadays, I probably wouldn't have enjoyed it. The way that this was done was just so out there and so... It was of its time, and it stands out in its time.
They barely sing in this movie. There's what, like four musical numbers?
Six or seven. It's just a handful.
Numbers. It's just a handful. It's really not that many. Well, the majority of the movie is like spoken dialogue, like just funny comedic sketches. I guess not really sketches, but you know what I mean. And then every once, like in a blue moon in the movie, they'll break out into song, and
the songs are really funny.
Yeah, they are.
I'm Lovely is hysterical.
Yeah, and Everybody Needs a Maid.
Everybody ought to have a maid, yep.
And then I love the fact that this guy falls in love with the woman that cannot talk. And he says, it's the perfect wife. She can never say anything. I just fucking love that. That dialogue is just so perfect. And they would not be able to get away with that nowadays at all.
But I also know. It's so specifically like 60s kinetic energy in the editing and pacing of it. Yeah. This is the guy, what's his name? Lester, the director.
Yes, Richard Lester.
Richard Lester,
thank you. Who did the Beatles films. He did Help and Hard Day's Night, which you can really see in this. You can see that type of like high-paced, fast editing and
he did. Did he do? Was it Superman movies or?
Yeah, he did Superman 3, I think.
I'll tell you.
No, he did Superman 2. He's who they called in to replace Richard Donner.
Oh,
he did Superman 2 and 3.
There it is.
Yeah. Yeah. One of my like going off of what you were saying, Zach, like the high, like just kinetic energy, like the whole chariot chase sequence. How fucking ridiculous it is when like they lose the horses, but the cart just continues to go. It's just so dumb. I love it. It was a fun time. I was like, wow. At the beginning, I was like, bro, what did Lewis get me into? And then like 20 minutes in, I'm like, All right.
It's what I told you. It's what I told you. It's that 30-minute mark.
We that about a lot of movies, and then we come back next week, and we're like, what the fuck?
No, this one's actually good. I like this one.
We take that with a grain of salt.
I was expecting William and Brandon to actually not like this movie. I was kind of like hoping that you would, but I was like, oh, I don't think this is their cup of tea. But I'm so happy that it is.
I enjoyed it, and I think I enjoyed it because it reminded me a lot of who did I just say? The director of a couple minutes ago.
Mel Brooks.
Mel Brooks
style movies, which I've always enjoyed, which I've always liked. So it was definitely an enjoyable hour and a half. Yeah. And it was almost like a musical Shakespearean comedy of errors kind of thing, like Much Ado About Nothing, where it's like everything that could go wrong, but in the end everything falls in place, and
there's a happy ending, of course.
Yeah. It very much like the Mel Brooks movies. This movie feels like a product of its time.
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah,
but it doesn't feel like a 1966 film. Let's be honest.
No, it doesn't. It really doesn't.
Feels like it really does transcend time, even though you could date it because of the subject matter and the dialogue that's in the film. But it's still.
I mean, I could have seen this movie coming out in the 70s, maybe
80s,
even early 80s. Definitely not now, or maybe even as a. I don't want to say a comeback movie or maybe a throwback movie in the 90s where it's we're going to make a movie that's resounds of the 60s and 70s, but definitely nowadays, in the past, even in the past 10 years, absolutely this movie would not have made it to the movie theaters whatsoever.
Yeah, no.
Which is sad, because some movies, it is but it isn't, I guess. It's just that they were made at the right time, at the right place, with the right people, and they will be the gems that they absolutely are, and we thank God that they were done, because God knows what movies are not being made now that would probably rival movies like this, but maybe in time, in the future, there'll be another time where it's okay, but I'm
so happy you guys like this, though. I was actually torn between selecting this or Rat Race, so I was glad that I went with this.
I prefer Mad World.
Yeah. I do too, but it's not streaming anywhere.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's our criteria. It needs to be streaming somewhere, unfortunately.
Yeah. So. But yes, I'm so glad you guys all liked it. Did anybody else have anything else to say about it?
No, we could say our ratings of the movie.
Yeah, that's right.
How dare you? Go, Lewis. Tell me your rating.
I give it a 7.
A 7?
Yeah.
This is one of those, man. Lewis, I don't catch you, bro.
Just keep going. It's fine.
God damn it. I'm
going
to flip my fucking desk, bro. The thing is, Zach, since you're not, on here all the time, Lewis is this weird enigma that, speaks super highly of a film and then gives it, a 7 or in some odd cases, gives it a 4, and you're like, dude, what you just said gives...
It's just funny you mentioned that, because that's the score I'm going to give it. So, it's a patented 4, Lewis 4.
See, I don't get that shit either, because you said you enjoyed it.
No, I'm being facetious.
Okay. I was like, damn, bro.
I give it a 7 because it is enjoyable. I did like it, it's for what it is and everything. But maybe a 7.5, I guess, because it's it's a classic, and it's a classic that's just not just for movie nerds, but even theater nerds. So any movie that can really cover more than one genre of fandom or nerddom that there is out there, I'm always definitely going to give it a higher score, because it shows that thought and input was put into it, other than just we're going to do this and whoever likes it, tough shit.
All right, Zach, what do you give this movie?
Probably also 7.5.
7.5. Okay. Anything you want to add? No.
Just the most iconic aspect of the film is the opening number, which almost was not in it.
Oh.
It took them 2 or 3 passes, 2 or 3 songs, and they dropped it relatively close to its official opening on Broadway. Just a night or two before it premiered, they finally added in Comedy Tonight, and they were like, there it is. Yeah, that's it. So that's just an interesting footnote. Finishing the Hat is a really good book, and it says a lot of stuff.
Oh, they made a book out of it? That's cool.
Yeah. Again, all his annotated lyrics.
Ah, okay. So I give it, I'll go with like a 7 also. I enjoyed it, coming from somebody that's never seen it. I think I would recommend this to somebody that maybe, if Monty Python is too dry for you, which I totally understand, maybe you should watch this. Maybe. Go to your, maybe you'll like it. So yeah, stay tuned after this quick break. We'll come at you not live, with the final segment of our show, the individual reviews.
As the songs of awakening rang through, the world was created. The silence was broken.
Middle-earth, with its rolling hills, broken mountains, flowing rivers, and beautiful forest, was created.
Cellar Door is a journey into the mythology, the mystery, and the beauty of Middle-earth. Sit back.
Close your eyes.
And imagine.
All right, guys, welcome back for the final segment of our show, the individual reviews. Of course, the guest will be going first. So, Zach, take it away.
It's me, Zach. I'm a guest. So it just came out last weekend. I believe. Yeah, it just came out on Hulu. Palm Springs.
Nice.
Haven't heard of this.
The Lonely Island Gang.
Yeah.
Oh, this one.
Yes. Have any of you guys watched it?
I have not. I've seen the commercials of it. This is like isn't there something about like Groundhog Day in this shit? Or something?
It's a time loop movie. Spoiler: it is a time loop movie. And it's very clever. It's very inventive. It explores a sense of absurdism or whimsical nihilism, if you will, that I very much connect to.
Well, it's like Popstar. It's the same thing as Popstar. It's the same crew and everything. So I can see where they kind of do kind of similar products.
But it's more heady than Popstar. It does have a lot of genuine thought behind it. The first act just floored me. It is hysterically funny.
Yeah.
J.K. Simmons is in it, and he steals the show. He's hysterical. It's really inventive. It's one of those movies that makes me, as a writer, want to go write.
Nice.
You know what I mean?
Okay. How's Andy Samberg in this?
He's great. He is a really solid actor, both a comedic performance with a lot of heart to it. He gets some genuine moments without getting too Apatow-y. It is a really solid movie, a really fun summer watch, a really apt quarantine watch because all days feel the same and time is irrelevant.
Yes.
And yeah, no, I really love Palm Springs. So far, it is my favorite thing I've seen this year.
Nice.
Okay. And it's this is like a Hulu exclusive, right?
Yes, they broke the record at Sundance for the highest sell, beating the previous movie by 69 cents.
69. Hey man, that's a great
69,
number,
dude.
And 69.
So yes, Hulu paid an extra 69 cents for this movie.
All right, cool. So what would you rate this since you
4?
No, I mean probably an 8 or a 9.
Nice.
Okay.
It's really, really great.
I'm gonna take your word for it. And I'm gonna watch this movie because I've been seeing the commercials a lot. So I'm like, maybe this is like a sign the gods are telling me go watch Palm Springs.
Now I don't
do it.
I don't think it's how do I like the reaction is pretty similar to the reaction that came out, if you can remember, a decade ago when Inception came out.
Okay.
It doesn't necessarily have a lot of twists and turns that you would have spoiled for you, but it's more just high concept. So if you do want to just go along for again, this rather heady kind of thing. It doesn't have, like, it doesn't pull the rug out from under you, but it does turn a lot. So I'd stay away from reading up on it if you can.
Okay, yeah, I'll go in as blind as possible.
Yeah.
Without knowing anything. All right,
Lots of fun.
All right, Lewis?
So mine is actually, it was another musical it was a Broadway musical that was turned into a film, and this is 1967. It actually stars Jane Fonda and Robert Redford, and this is Barefoot in the Park.
Okay.
I don't know if anybody has seen that.
Nope.
I don't believe so.
This is on Amazon Prime, and it is a glorious movie about this couple that just got married, and they're going on their honeymoon. And obviously, it's Robert Redford and Jane Fonda that just got married. But Jane Fonda is this kind of like free spirit kind of character. She plays a lot against character what Jane Fonda is normally known for. She's usually like kind of conservative, and this one she's not. She's very open and very much an outgoing person, and what do you call it? Robert Redford's character is this super conservative kind of like mousy man that just kind of they work off of each other's energy so well, though. The chemistry in this film is just brilliant. And they move into their first apartment, and it's this 4th floor, like kind of 1 bedroom with a closet, and the closet is being converted into a room in New York City.
Sounds about right.
It's on the roof level, so it has like what do you call it?
A skylight?
Skyline, and the skyline has a little broken window in there. So
oh my God.
And it's the AC doesn't work, the heater doesn't work. It's this mess of events that occur in the film and bring these two couples literally to the brink of breaking up, but then also coming together. And it is just beautifully written. The situations that are in this are genuine situations that I've experienced, a lot of people have experienced, and it's fun.
It's Neil Simon. He does situations so well.
He really does. And it's really well done. And from the mom character to the two main characters to the neighbor that's upstairs, he's kind of like this weird character-esque of like, I forgot if it's French that he plays, or I think he plays like a French-ish character, and it's just so cliche and stereotypical, but it's done for laughs, and it's done so well. It's heartwarming, it's comedic, it will make you laugh constantly, it will make you like, oh, dude, really? You're gonna do that? Come on. It's one of those kind of movies. And I just really, really enjoyed it. This is probably give it a solid 8, honestly. It is a very enjoyable movie, and especially if you're a fan of Jane Fonda and Robert Redford, this is a must-watch.
Awesome. All right, everybody, buckle up. We're going to be here for a while. William, take it away.
Before I start my segment of the review, I literally just got a notification. The author of The Magic School Bus, Joanne Cole, has passed away at the age of 75. The cause is still unknown, but that is literally breaking news as we are recording. Looks like she actually passed away July 12th, and they're breaking the news 3 days later. So they definitely kept this under wraps for quite some time, or at least like they waited to announce it. But yeah, she wrote 250 children's books.
Jesus Christ! Holy.
Best known for the creation of the Magic School Bus. She had a hand in on the cartoon as well.
Was she involved in the most recent cartoon, the reboot?
Yeah.
Do you know?
That I am not 100% sure. I think so. She was 75, so she wasn't like old.
That's pretty You're up there, you know.
And
I assume
the
code of
animated series
complications
ran for like 18 years.
Yeah.
So, but rest in love, and thank you for everything that you have given us, and for generations to come. That is, I know we said we're just going to do comedy from after Schindler's List, but life happens, and you know. But anyway, my review, which I mean, it's going to be cliche as hell if you know me.
What's its name, man?
Awesome! Wow. Way to give it away. But obviously, I'm doing Hamilton, which at the beginning when Hamilton first came out, I really didn't have much of a like. I knew that it was Lin-Manuel Miranda. I have not seen In the Heights yet. I am actually, my girlfriend doesn't get excited very much when it comes to movies, but she is like our excitement, except for Lewis, our excitement for Endgame, like the level of anticipation and wanting to see it is her level of In the Heights.
In that same boat, my friend.
Definitely in that same boat.
I saw Lin in one of his last performances of it.
Oh, did you?
Yes.
Oh, you suck.
Yeah, it was phenomenal.
I got to meet him.
Ah, nice.
I win. I'll send you the picture later just to gloat. And because he's like, pick or it didn't happen. I got to pick. So when I live in New York City and Hamilton is like $200 a ticket for like nosebleeds.
Yep.
Unless you win like the lottery, which I've been trying literally for like a year and a half, and I have not won the lottery. Meanwhile, I have friends that come to visit. They fly in. I'm going to try the lottery. Guess what? I won. Fuck you. So when they announced that they were dropping it on Disney Plus, I was like, oh, that is awesome. And then on top of it, it's with the original cast, which, little known fact, when they actually taped Hamilton, which took 3 days to tape it, 2 of them in front of a live audience. The third day was just the camera crew, because that's how they did like the up close. Like nothing was zoomed in. Everything was literally like in their face. King George had actually already stepped down, and it was the new actor that was playing King George. And he's like, if they're going to do an original cast, I'm not going to be the one to break that. So he made the conscious decision to step down for the taping of it and give it to the original actor, and so that they could literally have the entirety of the original cast, which I thought was a very gracious thing to do. So now it's on Disney Plus, and it is, I mean, it's great. It really, really is, because it's not just the fact that Lin-Manuel made this show using, minorities, and, it's like, it could have been like easily just like all white people, but he's got like people from like the only white person, the only Caucasian person is King George for obvious reasons, because he's the bad guy.
Mm-hmm.
But you see, that's the problem though. I hate historical pictures that completely like don't do historical at all, and it's like all these people think that that's who Hamilton was, and it's like, yeah, you do understand that Hamilton's concepts and stuff like that he created are butchered in this film, in this play.
So
like, to me it's more of a metaphor. To me it's more the comparison of this figure using this style of music to make the point, to make that point. So I don't really think it's supposed to be taken literally.
It's not. And even like I've watched so many hours of interviews with Lin-Manuel and the original cast and everything, and he, on several occasions, he does say, he's like, I know that this is not historically accurate, that facts have been left out. But basically, it's like, which was my original thought of people that may have never known who Hamilton was or known much about American history. Like, did they see this? And some of them may be swayed to look into the history of Hamilton, of Washington, of Lafayette, of Mulligan, which...
Yeah, but that's asking a lot of people. That we live in a society where only people read headlines and that's it. You think they're really going to look into the history of a person just because of a play? They're going to think that...
Yeah, the book that it's based on became a bestseller again.
Like, I'm not...
Yeah.
Like, especially, like, theater nerds, and no offense, like, I call my girlfriend a theater nerd, so I'm hoping not to offend anybody. I'm a nerd on different levels, so, but, like, especially, like, with theater nerds, when it comes to, quote-unquote, biographic play, the things like this, they will go and see, you know, how true is it, how, you know, the depiction of it, what was left out, so it does do the job. And if it reaches other people and other outside of the fandom of musicals, even better.
Yeah.
And then, like, the influence, if you pay attention to the lyrics and to the style of rapping and songs and music, you will hear every influence from Notorious B.I.G., Tupac, Bone Thugs and Harmony, Sugar Hill Gang. Like, there's so much different, even walks of life that influenced Lin-Manuel while writing this. There's even, like, song lyrics which are taken from other songs and kind of, like, inserted in there as Easter eggs, as kind of like a nod to all these artists that have paved the way before for him to be able to step up on this, like, literal stage and present Hamilton. He doesn't shy away from, you know, yes, he had an affair, which basically cost him any chance of becoming president. He wasn't a faithful man. He did have some views which, even to this day, are kind of like, like, okay.
Well, the reason that he wasn't president was because he wasn't born here, and...
True.
That wasn't actually part of the rule yet.
Yeah.
That
came in later.
Did it? I thought that came in...
Well, technically, no one was born here, if you really think about it.
Yeah, I know, but...
Yeah, but no, that was, I believe that was instilled later on. The reason
Yeah, I want to say that was the 1800s. I might be wrong. Don't quote me on that.
He shot himself in the foot by admitting that he was A, having an affair, and B, paying the husband of the woman he was having an affair a monthly sum to keep his mouth shut.
What, spoilers?
What I mean, if you don't know that history. This may have happened a couple 100 years ago, so if you don't know by now...
How could you fucking ruin this for me?
But even just not just like the storyline, and it came out after, and I followed it, and it's great. There is a role that is literally called the Bullet.
Yes.
And the Bullet is basically the depiction is how Lin-Manuel depicts death. And if you follow the actress on stage as she's going around, you realize that anybody that has some kind of contact with her ends up dying. There's one, which I'm not going to say which character, but there's a character that, like, is kind of like flirting with her.
Yep.
And then later on, very soon later on, that character dies. And literally, if you look at it, it's like he's flirting with death. Like, that's what he's doing. He's flirting with death, and then anytime there's a duel, she's the one that takes the bullet that goes from one side of the stage to the other. The ending, how, like, everything just comes to a halt, and Hamilton goes off on this, I don't know if you can call it a monologue when he's singing. I don't know what the terminology is for a sung monologue.
I guess it would be a soliloquy.
A soliloquy? Thank you very much.
That's my problem with Hamilton is, like, I like musicals, but I don't like those musicals where it's all singing. I just can't.
See,
oh, man.
And I will tell you this. I was very much like you. And one of the reasons why I wasn't a big fan of Les Mis was because there's literally, like, no singing in Les Mis.
Or
and
no speaking.
The first musical that were, like, I literally sat and I sat through it. And obviously when you're sitting and watching it happen in front of you, I definitely got a new admiration for it, which set me up well to watch Hamilton because I went in knowing there's really no spoken words in Hamilton. Everything is sung.
Yeah, it's sung through.
It's sung through, but it's a great piece, and the work that went behind it to create this piece that's now gone worldwide. It's on Broadway. There's three different casts on top of the Broadway one, which are like always touring around the country and around the world. There are special events going on. Lin-Manuel has reprised, right?
Yeah, reprised.
When Puerto Rico got hit hard, and they were like, how do we raise money to help the arts, to help the artists of Puerto Rico that are struggling? He literally picked up the mantle of Hamilton again, restudied his own role, because you forget, he's already working on other stuff. He stopped his life, restudied, relearned Hamilton, picked up the mantle for 2 weeks, and every dime that went into ticket for Hamilton in Puerto Rico stayed in Puerto Rico to go to fund and relieve the arts projects, arts programs, and artists that are up and coming.
We don't deserve Lynn. We don't deserve Lynn.
Huh?
We don't deserve Lynn.
We don't deserve Lynn. So, like, that's also like the kind of impact that this icon of Broadway has brought, where like Hamilton is so much more than just Hamilton. But the movie itself is very well shot. It's very well done. Like I said, give it a chance. I know I sent you a link, Lewis, about like the influences, and I'm like, maybe if you look at this and you understand it, you may appreciate it more. I'm currently trying to learn Guns and Ships. I'm about halfway done, and if you don't know why, YouTube it, and you'll see the speed of this song is like trying to learn Rap God on Eminem.
It is
an idea.
Lafayette's verse in Guns and Chips is actually the fastest verse in Broadway history.
It is. He's spitting 6 words per second.
Yep.
Jesus Christ.
If I may circle back to the woman who plays the bullet, Ariana DuBois.
Yes.
She is Anita in Spielberg's upcoming West Side Story.
She is.
So, tying that back to a Spiel binge.
And like even the actors have all worked together, or have, because like a lot of them, as I'm watching it with Samara, it was great because I truly felt like how I felt with her watching the MCU is how she was. It's how I felt when she was showing me Hamilton, because she's like, that actor right there, he was in The Heights. That actor did all these roles, and Jonathan Groff was in this. Do you know Jonathan Groff, the King George III, has a Disney connection? What's his Disney connection? His Kristoff in Frozen.
Oh, okay.
So so there's all sorts of different, and they've all worked with Lynn. Some are new, some are returning, but you can feel like how they're playing off each other, and it's just such a beautiful flow. And again, to me, being able to watch, because like when we go back to New York and Broadway reopens in 2021, I'm sure as hell getting tickets to Hamilton, even if it's not the original cast, because having seen the original cast now I need to feel it. Yes. I've seen it, and yes, I have felt it, but I need to sit in a seat without a screen between us and feel it, because this is one of those Broadway shows. Like, if you have not seen Come From Away, go watch Come From Away. It's on Broadway. There's not a movie for it. But Come From Away, like, literally, like, hit me right in the feels and then just ran off with them. And, like, it's a roller coaster of a show, and it's incredible. It definitely is a 10 out of 10 for me. Just everything that went behind it, everything that I just said. I'm coming down from like this high of like, let me tell you with my little note cards here about why Hamilton is a must.
Why you actually have note cards?
I wrote down a couple things.
Wow. That's how you know William's really in on something. I don't think he's ever done that, ever.
And like I said, like a year and a half, maybe even a year ago, I would have been like, yeah, I went to see Hamilton. That's great. Like, I got to see Hamilton. It was good. Now it's like, I need to see this movie.
I feel you.
Yeah.
Like,
All right, so William,
ticket? Sure. So
what is your score?
it's a 10
3.
out of 10. Like,
3 out of 10.
He pulled the you.
yeah, I'm gonna throw away my shot and just give it a 3.
Wow.
But trust me, go watch it, and you'll be back to tell me how much you love this. Branden, cut me off. What are you bringing, and what do you have for us this week?
Mine is going to be nowhere near as long as William's.
Thank God.
And I'm bringing it back, boys and girls, to the Animus.
Yeah.
Oh, here comes the weeb.
The weeb is coming out. I recently watched a short series. It's only 12 episodes so far. It's on Netflix. It's a Netflix original. It's called Beastars.
Sure.
I know, Zach. You're like fuck, not fuck anime, but you just never.
No, yeah, I am.
Oh, okay. There you go. So,
Wait, what?
because one time a while ago, Zach, you weren't on the show. I reviewed something that was anime, and I was like, "Oh, Zach, are you into anime?" And he's like, "No." I would love to know your reason why you don't like anime, but that's for another day.
Because he has class?
Oh, fuck off.
Up on my soapbox. Yeah.
Oh, fuck off. So Beastars is about these anthropomorphic animals. They live in this world where animals just, walk and talk and live daily normal lives.
Wait, you said Beast Wars?
Beastars.
Oh, Beastars. I thought you said
not Beast
Wars.
Wars, not Transformers, bro.
I'm like, I've seen Beast Wars. We can talk about this. But then I'm like, wait, that was an anime. That was CGI.
So Beastars follows a wolf in this school, this academy. His name is Legoshi, and basically it's an interesting world because like herbivores and carnivores don't really mix well together. It's not that they don't like each other; they're just like, you're gonna eat me, like get away. Even though it's illegal to eat, like carnivores cannot eat other animals. It's illegal in their world.
Is this like a Japanese Zootopia?
Yes, basically.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Like the wolf looks kind of badass. The bunny's giving me nightmares.
I actually have seen the previews for this, and I was kind of intrigued to watch this. So I might be coming back with this one too.
So yeah, it's Legoshi, and basically he this happens in the first episode, so this is not a spoiler at all. He basically one night he's a theater kid. He works. He's not an actor though. He works like the lights and all that stuff. And one night it's like foggy, and he's like leaving back to his dorm, and he sees this little bunny, who is another main character named Haru, and his like, I guess animal like his predatory self comes out since he's a wolf, and he attacks her, which is not, like I said, it's illegal, but she doesn't see his face. And then after that, he befriends her, and he starts falling in love with her. And it's just like this interesting like dynamic between them, and like the world it feels very alive, and it's interesting to see like just how looked down upon carnivores are in their world. And I had heard very good things about it, and I watched it, and I was like, wow, this is actually really good. It's only 12 episodes. It's going to continue. But the first season ends in a way that if they never continued it, I think it would be totally okay. So I'm excited if you watch it, Lewis. I would like to hear what you have to say about it. Maybe in the future.
Yeah, definitely.
I was like, he's muted. I would give it an 8. It was definitely, again, I was very pleasantly surprised. It took me a bit, but like after a couple episodes, I was like, no, this is pretty good. So it's available to everyone. It's on Netflix. It's not like I'm telling you to get Crunchyroll or any of that jazz. Okay, I'm done talking about anime. For Zach, I'm done. All right, Lewis, spin the wheel.
All right, so we are going to spin it.
Hey!
I've seen both your girlfriends now. Both of them were in the bedroom, too.
Is there a virtual wheel? There's no...
No. There's an actual wheel.
Oh, okay. I was
Oh,
about
this
to
is
say
so
it.
exciting.
Wheel of morality. Turn. Tell us
the lesson that we should learn.
And let's spin it.
You spin
That was a
me
weak-
right round, baby, right. What was it? Wait, what is that? Damn it. What should be the same thing? I'm going to laugh. Yes!
I landed on the same thing. Anime. We are going to be doing anime next week.
Bye, everybody.
Zach's out.
Zach will not be joining us as a special guest next week.
Oh, cool. That is so fitting for me. Holy
It
shit.
really
That is very fitting for me. Awesome. Okay, I already have one of the...
Oh, dude, I know what I'm reviewing. I got like 6 seasons of Knights of Zodiac. I'm good. I'm golden.
One day, Zach. One day, maybe I'll change your mind. You never know. All right, guys. So stay tuned next week when it's my pick. I guess on Friday, the day that this is dropped and you're listening, Lewis will put up the 2 choices on our Facebook page.
Yes.
You can vote for it. As always, if you enjoyed our show, listen to Lewis's other show, Movie Mainline. Not Mainline Review, Movie Mainline. I'm not going to fuck that one up again. And, of course, our sister site, diverselygeek.org. And our brother from another mother, John, over at YouTube at Narcotic Casserole. Do you want to plug anything, Zach?
Actually, yes, I do.
Awesome.
So I don't know if it will, how much will be up by the time that this goes out, but I am working on a digital reading, a social distanced performance of the screenplay of Night of the Living Dead.
Oh!
Ooh.
It is an adaptation, shaved it down to be just about 5 or 6 folks, plus some special guests. I'm directing it. It's going to go out with the theater company that I work with a lot, Any Stage Theater, so anystagedc.com. That should, when we're done, that'll be where it goes up. I'm not sure exactly the date, but I'll keep you guys posted.
Sweet. Hell yeah.
Awesome.
Please
Yeah.
let us know. Because I want that to actually go up on the Manbitesmedia page.
Thanks.
That needs to go up there.
All right, awesome. And of course, as I've been plugging every fucking week, because, me, go to twitch.tv/TotalWiper. I'm an affiliate now. You can sub to me. If you have Amazon Prime, use it on me.
Sub to me.
Sub to me. Hey, it's free. If you have Amazon Prime and you link it to your Twitch account, you get 1 free subscription every month. Use it on me. If you want, of course.
No. Do it. Do it now.
Do it. Well, you haven't done it. Neither has Dank. Fuck you guys.
I have to learn how to do it.
It's really not that hard.
That's what he tells Carla every night.
Oh.
Hey, you come after me, I'm going to come right back at you.
Hey, man, it's easy, man. Help a brother out, dude. I'd help you out. But it's okay. It's fine. It's fine. All right. Thank you, Lewis.
Thank you, Brandon.
Thank you, William.
Thank you, Brandon.
As always, thank you, Zach.
Thank you, Brandon.
I am Brandon, and we'll see you guys on the next episode of Manbitesfilm. Cue the drums.
Dun, 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 dun.